गुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ओम्। ज्ञानानन्दमयं देवं निर्मलं स्फटिकाकृतिम् आधारं सर्वविद्यानां हयग्रीवम् उपास्महे। अथातः रक्तपित्तचिकित्साध्यायः व्याख्यास्यामः इति स्मः भगवान् आत्रेयः। In the previous session, we understood about Vividha Yavagu Mausarasa Madhusadhita Dravya Prayoga in Rakthapitta. In continuation, let us see further. Jnatva dosha ava anubalau balam aharameva jalam pipasave dadyad visargad alpasho apiva. Here Granthakara is saying Jnatva dosha bala anubalau. Dosha bala rogi bala. Rogi bala tasya tathaha balam aharameva cha. Rogi bala as well as agni bala and ahara bala, whether he is really having hunger or not. While treating Rakthapitta, particularly Nasagata Rakthapitta in practice, we may see difficulty that the person is bleeding through nose, and sometimes if it is bleeding from the littles area and all, then there can be posterior dribbling. So the person will definitely have bloody taste in the mouth. So though he is hunger, sometimes he suppresses it. That suppression will cause Vega Dharana, leads to Vata Prakopa, and Prakopita Vata can cause further Ativega of Raktapitta. Hence, he should be, if he is having Ahara Bala and if his Agni Bala is Uttama, and in such an individual, Jalam Pipasave, if he turns and finds the thirst, one should give. The Vidwan Vaidya should analyze all this and he can give. Dadyad Visargad Alpasho Apiva. Visargaha Alpashaha. He must be given with water till he quenches his thirst. If Agni Bala is Alpa, Ahara Bala is Alpa, Roga Bala is Bahu, and Rogi Bala is Alpa, and if such Raktapitta Vyathita is having Pipasa, then Alpasho Apiva, Alpa Matra Jala should be given for Panartham. Nidanam Raktapittasya Yat Kinchit Samprakashitam Jivita Rogya Kamaistanna Sevyam Raktapittabihi Ityannapanam Nirdishtam Kramasho Raktapittanut. Nidanam Raktapittasya. The person who is having intention of living healthy should have Tyaga of all the Nidana related to Raktapitta. Nidanam Raktapittasya Yatkinchit Samprakashitam Jivita Rogya Kamaihi Tan Na Sevyam Raktapittibihi. Raktapitta Roga Karaka Nidana should be avoided throughout the life. For a patient who is suffering with Rakthapitta, at least one episode if he is suffering, and if he wants to be free from Rakthapitta Vyadhi throughout his life, he must not consume. That Aharaja Nidana and Viharaja Nidana have been narrated. Those should be quit throughout the life, and the person who quits will be hale and healthy. Iti Annapanam Nirdishtam Kramasho Raktapittanut. So Kramashaha ऊर्ध्वगा अधोगा तिर्यगता दोष अनुबंध्य dosha ananubandha sahita Rakthapitta, and particular Rakthapitta, what ahara vidhi, yatha yavagu preparation, yusha, mausarasa, and jala. So many preparations have been narrated. Accordingly, the person should consume, and one who consumes will be free from Rakthapitta Vyadhi. Vakshate bahudoshanam karyam balavatam chayat akshina balamausasya yasya santarpanotitham bahudosham balavato Raktapittam sharirinaha kale samshodhanarhasya tadharenna na upadravam tadharen nirupadravam. So what Granthakara is saying further in this verse is Vakshate bahudoshanam karyam balavatam chayat. So further he is explaining the how Chikitsa should be performed in the rogi who is suffering with Rakthapitta. For that he says Akshina balamausasya yasya santarpanothitam. The Rakthapitta suffering individual, if he has no kshinata or kshaya in bala as well as mausa dhatu. Akshina bala mausaha. Rogi bala is not going down. He is strong enough by physical as well as by psychologically. And mausa kshaya has not taken place. And if such individual who has Rakthapitta which is caused due to Santarpanotta Nidana, yasya Santarpanothitam, Bahudosham Balavato Raktapittam Sharirinaha, Kale Samshodhanarhasya Tadharin Nirupadravam. What he says is, Bahudosham Balavataha Raktapittam, Bahudosha Avasthayukta Raktapitta, if it is affected for the individual, which is of Santarpanottha origin, and the individual is having no kshinata in bala and mausa. For such individual, Kale Samshodhanarhaha, such individual is arha for Samshodhana Chikitsa, Tadharen Nirupadravam. When the person undergoes Samshodhana without creating Upadrava, he will be free from the disease. That is one meaning. Second one, such individual at particular kala where there is upadrava are not seen yet, that is the ideal kala for samshodhanartha, and such samshodhana when the person undergoes, there won't be any upadrava in future. Virechanam urdhva bhagam adho bhagam virechanam urdhvabhagam adhogam vamanena cha. So in case of urdhva Rakthapitta, virechana is the ideal line of treatment, and in case of adhoga Rakthapitta, urdhvaga, that is vamana, is the ideal line of treatment. So for virechanartha pratimargam cha haranam Raktapittam manishibhihi, so pratimarga harana chikitsa should be performed in the Rakthapitta, and for Urdhva Rakthapitta Virechana is narrated. Now for inducing Virechana, how and what dravya should be induced or should be given? For that Granthakara says Trivrutam Abhayam Pradnya Falanyaraghvadasya va Trayamanam Gavakshya va Moolam Amalakani va Virechanam prayunjita prabhuta madhusharkaram rasa prashasyate tesham raktapitte visheshataha. Trivruttadi churna should be taken, and that churna Trivrut abhayam pradnyaha, with caution the Vaidya should analyze. Falani aragvadhasya cha, aragvada phala Trayamanam Gavakshava Moolam Amalakani cha. Trayamana, Gavakshi and Amalaki should be taken with Prabhuta Matra Madhu Sharkaram. This should be mixed with Ati Matra of Madhu and Sharkara. and that should be given for panartha. Rasaha prashasyate tesham raktapitte visheshatah. So such preparation when given for consumption, that is as a aushadha, it does atyanta prabala shuddhi, and raktapitta of urdhvaga nature can be checked in. Vamanam madanon mishro manthas sakshaudra sharkaraha sa sharkaram va salilam ikshunam rasa eva va vatsakasya phalam mustam madanam madhukam madhu adhovahe raktapitte vamanam paramuchyate. So for adhoga raktapitta, vamana is the chikitsa. Now to induce vamana, madanon mishraha manthaha, you must prepare a manthakalpana where madana phala should be mixed into it, and this mantha should be added with sakshaudra sharkaraha, madhu and sharkara should be added to it. Sa sharkaram va salilam ikshunam rasa eva va. For panartha, salila, that is sharkara mishrita jala. Salila is nothing but jala. Sa sharkara salila is jala mixed with sharkara, should be given for panartha, akantha panartha, or ikshurasena va. Ikshurasa can also be given, and then give vamana dravya, vamana sadhana dravya, that is madana phala mishrita mantha with kshaudra and sharkara should be given, and that induces tivra vamana, and that is how the adhoga raktapitta can be controlled. That's what is mentioned. Now for vamanartha, anya vividha dravya are being narrated, that is vatsakaha, vatsakah kutaja shakro vrikshako girimallika. So kutaja, phalam, that is madana phala, musta madanam madhukam madhu adhovahe raktapitte vamanam param uchyate. Paraha miyate kartratvena asmin dharme iti paramaha. So these dravya can be used for vamanartha, and when these dravya are utilized, that induces atyanta prabala vamana, and that vamana will relieve the adhoga raktapitta. Urdhvage shuddhakosthasya tarpanadikramo hitaha adhogate yavagvadir nachet syan maruto balihi. So urdhvage shuddhakosthasya, in case of urdhvaga raktapitta, after koshta shuddhi, that is after shodhana chikitsa, tarpanadi kramo hitaha, tarpana kriya should be done, so that the person's strength is retained. Adhoge yavagvadi, in case of adhoga raktapitta, after shodhana, yavagu preparations should be followed. Chet syan maruto bali, there he gives a condition. If the person after koshta shuddhi is having prakopa of vayu or samsarga of vayu along with raktapitta, that should be analyzed. And if in case vayu is involved, then yavagu cannot be given, because yavagu can aggravate the vata again. Hence, there the mausarasa prayoga should be performed. Balamausa parikshinam shoka bharadhvakarshitam jwalanaditya santaptaha manyaihi va kshinamamayai garbhini sthaviram balam rukshalpa pramitashanam avamya avirechyam va yam pashyed raktapittinam shoshena sa anubandham va tasya samshamani kriya shasyate raktapittasya param sa atha pravakshate. There are individuals who are having contraindication, they themselves are contraindicated for shodhana, either vamana or virechana in raktapitta. For such individual, samshamana kriya should be performed. Who are they? Bala mausa parikshinam, bala and mausa kshaya has been taken place. Shokitaha, who is in a shock, shokitaha. Bhara adhva karshitam, who is lean due to, or dhatu kshayita avastha due to bhara vahana, who is carrying heavy loads as his vyavasaya. Jwalanaditya santaptaha manyaihi va amayaihi. Jwalana aditya samtaptaha, who is working near the furnace. If the person who is working where hot fumes are there, like a factories where he is working near the fire, such individual, and the individual who is all the time working in the field where sunlight is intense and he is exposed, such individual, garbhinim sthaviram balam, garbhinis vradha bala ruksha alpa pramitashinam, one who is ruksha and alpa pramitashita, one who consumes very little amount of food, avamya avirecham va Vamana Anarha, Virechana Anarha, which is explained in Siddhisthana, second chapter, that is Panchakarmiyam Siddhim, can be contraindication for Shodhana. Va Yam Pashed Raktapittinam Shoshena Sa Anubandham Va. If the Raktapitta Rogi is suffering with Dhatu Shoshana, Anubandham Va Tasya Samshamani Kriya. What to do then when Shodhana is not possible? Then Samshamana Kriya should be performed. Shasyate Raktapittasya Param Sa Athava Pravakshate. Now, what is this Samshamana Kriya? That will be narrated in the further verses. Atarushaka Mrudvika Pathyakwatha Sasharkaraha Madhumishras Shwasakasa Raktapitta Nivarhanaha. Atarushadi Kwata should be prepared with sharkara being added to it and madhu to be added. If that given in Raktapitta Rogi who is suffering with Shwasa, Kasa and Raktapitta together, if they are seen, such disease or such symptoms can be mitigated with Samshamana Kriya. Atarushaka Niryuhe Priyangum Ruttikanjane Viniya Lodhram Kshaudram Cha Raktapitta Haram Pivet. So further Atarushadi Kwatha should be prepared. To that add Priyangu and Mruttikanjane. Mruttikanjana is Krishna Mrittika should be added to it, which is sticky in nature. Now what does this do? They will do stambhana of dosha prakriya, dosha guna viruddha guna. Hence they do all the karma which shodhana chikitsa or shodhananga given dravya does, that these dravyas will do, and they help in subsiding the doshas. Madhumishra Viniya Lodhram Kshaudram Cha Raktapitta Haram Pibet. For Panartha, this should be given. Padmakam Padmakinjalkam Durvam Vastukam Nagapushpam Chalodhram Cha Tenaiva Vidhina Pibet. So Tena Eva Vidhina. Eva Vidhina is how explained above. The same Vidhi, it should be added with Madhu and Sharkara and should be given for Panartha. That is explained for Samshamana Kriya. Prapoundarikam Madhukam Madhucha Ashva Shakradrase Yavasa Bhrangaraja Sor Moolam Va Go Shakradrase Viniya Raktapittagnam Peyam Syat Tandulambuna Yuktam Va Madhusarpibhyam Lihyad Go Ashva Shakrad Rasam Khadirasya Priyangunam Kovidarasya Shalmalehe Pushpa Churnani Madhuna Lihyan Na Raktapitakaha. So Vividha Lehya with Vividha Prani Shakrat, that is fecal material, dried fecal material has been given in the further verse. That can be utilized for the control of Raktapitta Lakshana. Further, Khadirasya Priyangunam Kovidarasya Shalmalehe Pushpa Churnani Madhuna Lihyan Na Raktapittikaha. So, Khadira, Priyangu, Kovidara, Shalmali. Shalmali is wonderful drug and it is widely used in the management of Kshina Shukra. Shalmali Ghata, Shalmali Sadhita Yapanavasti are widely practiced. Now, in case of Rakthapitta, this can be given for Shamanartha as a Shamananga Sneha or Shamananga Dravya can be prepared and given. Further, Shrungatakānām Lājanām Mustakharjūrayorapi Lihyāt Churnāni Madhuna Padmānām Kesharasya cha. So Keshara is Ushnavirya, but it is by Prabhavataha, it is Pitta Shamaka, by Madhura Rasa and Kashaya Rasa. It is Shamaka for Pitta. Hence, that is how the disease entity can be checked, and hence such preparations can be adopted in the management of Rakthapitta. Further, Ushiradi Churna has been narrated, Kirata Tiktadi Churna are being narrated in the further verses, and Anya Ushiradi Sadhita Yoga are also being explained in the further verses. Now, Vividha Yoga are explained in the management of Rakthapitta. There, here in the verse 78, Granthakara says, Mudgaha sa Rajaha sa Yavaha sa Krishnaha sa Ushira Mustaha saha Chandanena Bala Jale par Yushitaha Kashaya Raktam Sapittam Shamayan Tudirnam. Udirna Rakthapitta. Udirna Rakthapitta is you are trying to control the Rakthapitta with various diseases. With various combination, like using Shamana Kriya or Shodhana Kriya or Anyatra Yavagu, Mausarasa, Ityadi, Pana Vidhina Kriya. If in meanwhile, if the Rakthapitta attains Udirnata is Pravruddhata, then what you are supposed to do, that has been said here, that Mudga, Salaja, Sayavaha, all these dravyas should be taken and it is prepared into a churna and you should soak it. Balajale paryushitaha. You should soak in a good amount of Ushna Jala. Kashayaha Raktam. Paryushita Kashaya is nothing but Shruta Shita Kashaya should be prepared, and Raktam Sapittam Shamayan Tudirnam. Such preparation when given for Panartha, that will relieve the further dosha. So far, Granthakara has narrated about various Kashaya Yoga where Dravya are being used, that is Yukti Vipashraya. Now, Daivapashraya related concept with Yukti involvement, he says Vaidurya Mukta Manigairi Kanam Mruchanga me Hemamala Kodakanam Madhuka Syekshurasasya Chaiva Panachamam Gacchati Raktapittam. So, dharana of all this and using these dravyas in Paniya dravyas, like keeping Mukta in the Paniya Jala or Yavagu, keeping Mani in the Jala or the Yavagu given for Raktapitta Rogi, by their Prabhava, this dravya in which these are kept, they will get Saumya Swabhava and Raktapitta Hara nature. Hence, such preparations, that is, Daivapashraya Chikitsa, which is with Yukti Vipashraya, can be made in the benefit of patients. And further he says, Ushira Padmotpala Chandananam Pakvasya Loshtasya Chayah Prasadaha Sasharkaraha Kshaudra Yutas Sushito Raktati Yoga Prashamaya Deyaha. So this is about Ushradi Yoga, Ushradi Peya, it should be prepared, where Kshaudra and Sharkara should be added. One peculiar factor we can observe that in the whole process of management of Rakthapitta, Granthakara has narrated the importance at various places, not various, at every step, the importance of Madhu and Sharkara has been narrated. And this preparation is given, almost all the preparations are added with Madhu and Sharkara. So both are very, very important. Here the word Sharkara doesn't mean the sugar what we use at present. The Sharkara is Raktavarni Khanda Sharkara only. Such Sharkara is helping in the management of Rakthapitta. Further, Granthakara says that Kashaya Yogaihi Vividhaihi Yathauktaihi Dipte Anale Shleshmani Nirjitecha Yad Raktapittam Prashamam Nayati Tatra Nilasyad Anutatra Karyam. So, if after giving all the types of medications, Kashaya Yogaihi Vividhaihi Yathauktaihi, Vividha Kashaya Yoga which are explained so far, Dipte Anale Shleshmani Nirjitecha. So, what he says, if by using all the Kashaya Dravyas or any Kashaya Dravyas which are explained in the prior, when the person has consumed it for the Shamana of Rakthapitta, if in case Jatharagni turns Tivra Nirjite Yad Raktapittam Prashamam Nayati Tatra Anilaha Tatra Anilaha Tat Dipte Anale. If Agni Dipta takes place, Shleshmani Nirjitecha. And if the Kapha, that is Snigdhata from the body, if goes down because of Agni Diptata, Yad Raktapittam Prashamam Nayati Tatra Anilaha Syad Anutatra Karyam. Then if Raktapitta Vega doesn't subside, then one must understand that there is Sanyoga of Vayu, that is Anubandha. And now the careful action to be carried out when the Vayu Sanyoga has taken place. So when there is Vayu Sanyoga, Vaidya should understand based on the Lakshana that after giving so many Kashaya, Agni Dipti takes place and Dipta Agni leads to Kafadosha Kshaya or Kafakshaya, and if the Raktapitta Prashamana doesn't take place, there is involvement of Vayu. And understanding that the Vaidya should give Chhagapayam Syat Paramam Prayoge Gavyam Shrutam Pancha Gune Jaleva Sasharkaram Makshika Samprayuktam Vidari Gandhadi Ganeshrutam Va Draksha Shrutam Nagarakai Shrutam Va Balashrutam Gokshuраkai Shrutam Va Sajivakam Sarshabhakam Sasarpihi Payah Prayojya Sitaya Shrutam Va. Shruta, Shita and Fanta. Shruta is Kashaya. Kvathita Dravya should be given where Chhagapaya, that is Dugdha of Aja, should be given Syat Paramam Prayoge, that is Atyanta Utkrishta Prayoga in the Raktapitta. If not available, then Gavyam Shrutam Pancha Gune Jaleva, Godugdha to be taken, and to that add 5 parts of Jala and Kshiravashesham Tat Pitam. So Kshiravashesha Paka should be performed, and to that Sa Sharkaram Makshika Samprayuktam, Makshika and Sharkara should be added and to be given. Otherwise, apart from this, Vidari Gandhadi Ganaihi Shrutam. Vidari Gandhadi Gana. Vidari Gandha is a very, very popular drug. Vidaryadi Kritam, Vidaryadi Kashayam, Vidaryadi Churnam. All are used mainly in the management of Balahinata, Durbalatva, Dhatukshaya and Shukrakshaya Lakshanas. So such Vidari Gandhadi Gana Siddha Shruta can be given, and other Kashaya preparations are being narrated there. Shatavari Kokshurakai Shrutam Va Shrutam Payo Va Apyathap Parninibhihi Raktam Nihantyashu Visheshatastu Yanmutra margat sarujam prayati. So Shatavari sadhita, Gokshuradi sadhita, Peya with Madhu and Sharkara should be given when there is Mutra Margagata Rakta, which is having Ruja Yukta Srava, and such Rakthapitta gets specified. Visheshato vit pathasam pravrutte payo matham mocha rasena siddham vata varahair gatashunga कैहि वा हृवेर अनिलोत्पल नागरैर वा कषाय योगान पयसा पुरा वा पीत्वानोचाद्यात् पयसैव शालीन कषाय योगैरथवा विपक्वम एतैः पिबेत् सर्पिः अतिस्रवेच सर्पिः अतिस्रव. If there is atisrava through the adhoga marga, then this, that is Guda Marga Rakta Srava, if taking place, then the Kashaya of this can be given. Further, Vasam Sashakham Sapalasha Moolam Krutva Kashayam Kusumani Chasya Pradaya Kalkam Vipachet Ghritam Tat Sakshaudra Mashveva Nihanti Raktam. This is Iti Vasadya Ghritam. Vasadya Ghrita can be given for Panartha, and that is the best drug of choice in case Prakupita Vayu Sanyoga is seen in the Rakthapitta Roga. Further, such various preparations have been narrated for Rakthapitta Shamana, and those yoga will be explained in the our Sahasra Yogam episodes. अभ्यंग योगा परिशेचनानि सेकावगाः शयनानि वेश्म शीतो विधिर्वस्ति विधानमाग्र्यं पित्तज्वरे यत् प्रशमाय दिष्टं तद्रक्तपित्ते निखिलेन कार्यं कालं च मात्रां च पुरा समीक्ष्य सर्पिर्गुडाये च हिताक्षतेभ्यः ते रक्तपित्तं शमयन्ति सद्यः. Sarpiguda, which is explained in Kshatakshina and Shosha Chikitsa, such Sarpiguda when given, that will pacify the Rakthapitta Lakshana instantly, and Abhyangadi can be performed in case of management of Rakthapitta, where Abhyanga, Parisheka, Avagaha and Veshmana is covering with the Vastra, such can be performed, and Shitala Basti can also be utilized. Shito Vidhir Vasti Vidhanamagryam Pittajvare Yat Prashamaya Drishtam. So Pittajvara Chikitsa, whatever is narrated in the Paitika Jvara management, that all modalities can be made use in the management of Rakthapitta. That is what Granthakara says. कफानुबंधे रुधिरे सपित्ते कंठागते स्यात् ग्रथिते प्रयोगः शुक्तस्य युक्ता मधुसर्पिशोश्च क्षारस्य चैव उत्पल नालजस्य. If there is rakta kafa anubandha, in such case, then in a Rakthapitta rogi, when there is kafa anubandha takes place, so in such condition, if the rakta pravahana is seen, or if rakta is stagnant at the Kantha Pradesha and the person is able to feel the taste of rakta in the Kantha Pradesha, and in such individual Rudhiram Kanthagate Syad Grathite Prayogaha, there can be a preparation which is being used, that is Yuktya Madhusarpishoscha Ksharasya. Kshara Prayoga can be done. Tatra Ksharanat Kshananadva Ksharaha Chedya Bhedya Lekhya Karanat Tridoshagnatvat. So Kshara is having Tridoshagna guna and Chedana Bhedana guna. When there is Kanthastha Rakthapitta which is Grathita, that is solidified, clotted Rakta in the Kantha Pradesha, then Kshara Yukta Dravya, when given, that Kshara will does Chedana and Bhedana of all these Kanthasthita Rakta, and it relieves the dosha, and that is what Granthakara has given the importance about this. मृणाल पद्मोत्पल केशराणां तथा पलाशस्य तथा प्रियंगो तथा मधुकस्य तथा असनस्य क्षाराः प्रयोज्या विधिनैव तेन. So further various utility of kshara such as kamalanala, kamalakeshara, neela kamalakeshara, palasha, itya priyangu, then madhuka and other where along with ghata kshara can be given for the preparation, and that prepared kshara yukta ghata can be given for shamanartha, for panam. Shatavari dadima tindikinam tindikam kaloli medam mede madhukam vidarim pishtvacha moolam फलपूरकस्य घृतं पचेत् क्षीर चतुर्गुणं ज्ञः कासज्वर आनाः विबन्धशूलं तद्रक्तपित्तं च घृतं निहन्यात् यत्पञ्चमूलैः अथ पञ्चभिर्वा सिद्धं घृतं तच्च तदर्थकारी. This is about शतावर्यादि घृतं which is कासज्वर आनाः विबन्धशूल हरा and Rakthapitta hara. Such Shatavaryadi Ghritam can be given for the management of this type of Rakthapitta. Further, Kashaya Yoga ya ihopadishta stehe cha avapide bhishaja prayojyaha granat pravrittam radhiram sapittam yada bhaven nisrata dushta dosham rakte pradushte yavapida bandhe dushta pratishyaya shiro vikaraha Raktam sayusham kunapauscha gandhaha syad ghrananasha kramayascha drishtva. So further what Granthakara says is, if there is nasagata Rakthapitta and if the Rakta is having srava through nasa marga, then do not attempt to stop it instantly by any means. Kashaya yoga ihopadishtaha teche avapide bhishaja prayujyaha granat pravrittam rudiram sapittam bhavet nisruta dushta dosham. So when the nasagata rakta srava is taking place, that is due to dushta dosha in the nasa pradesha. When we attempt for stambhana of dushta dosha which is flowing through the nasa, that dosha will retain in the nasa pradesha or within the deha itself. Hence, stambhana should not be carried out. Rakte pradushte hi avapida bandhe dushta pratishyaya shiro vikaraha. So further, when there is, if you control the flow of rakta through the nose, which is dosha yukta, dushta rakta, so what happens is that they say rakte pradushte hi avapida bandhe, there will be stambhata when you create by any modes. It may be use of ice or it may be use of blood coagulating factors like dravyas, vitamin K and all, or if you use kashaya rasa, that is katu, kutaja adi sadhita dravya, and do stambhana, that stambhita rakta will create various vyadhis such as dushta pratishyaya, shiro vikara, etc. vyadhi can be seen in the rogi who is suffering with Raktapittam. Nirotpalam gairika shanghayuktam sachandanam syattu sitajalena nasyam tatha amrasti rasa samanga sadhataki mocha rasasalodraha. So, in case of nasagata Raktapitta, if it is confirmed that there is no dushta dosha involved in it and it is shuddha vyadhi, that is shuddha Raktapitta vyadhi, in that condition avapidananasya can be given where Nilotpala, Gairika, Shankha, Ityadi, Chandana, Adi Dravya which are Shita Viryatmaka can be utilized, and such Avapidana Nasya can be administered for the individual. Draksha Rasa Ityadi further narrated which are used for Nasyartha. And Priyala Tailam Madhukam Payascha Siddham Gritam Mahisham Ajikam Va Amrasti Purvai Payasacha Nasyam Sasari Vai Hisyat Kamalot Palaishcha. Vividha Nasya using Priyala Taila, Madhuka, then Payaha is Kshira, then Ghrata, Mahisha Majikam, Mahisha Kshira, Ityadi have been narrated for Nasyartha. Further, Bhadrashriyam Lohita Chandanam cha Prapoundarikam Kamalotpale cha Ushira Vanira Jalam Ranalam Sahasra Virya Mathukam Payasya Shalikshu Mulani Yavasagundra Mulam Nalanam Kushakasha Yoscha Kuchandanam Shailam Apyananta Kalanusaryaha Trunamula Mruddhihi Mulani Pushpani cha Varijanam Pralepanam Pushkarini Mrudascha Udumbarashvattha Madhuka Lodraha Kashaya Vrukshaha Shishirashcha Sarve. So these are all Parisheka Pradehartha Lepa which are enlisted in the further verse that can be made use for application of as a Pralepa and Pradeha, and Parishechana can be done with the Kashaya prepared out of such dravyas, and that can be utilized for the management of Raktapittam. So this is how the management of Rakthapitta has been explained. And further he says, Dharagraham Bhumigraham Sushitam Vanam cha Ramyam Jalavata Shitam Vaidurya Mukta Manibhajananam Sparshascha Dahe Shishirambu Shitaha. So person should reside at an area where there is Shitata or Shita Guna can be appreciated. In such area the person should reside, and he must wear Vaidurya Muktamani Ityadi or do Sparsha of all these which induce Shitatva, and that relieves the Dahadi Lakshana. Patrani Pushpani cha Varijanam Kshaumam cha Shitam Kadali Dalani Prachadanartham Shayanasananam Padmotpalanam cha Dala Prashasta. These all Pushpadravya should be used for preparing his bed, and that Pushpa which is used for the bed preparation are all Shita by Subhavataha, and they reduce Dahadi Lakshana. Priyanguka Chandana Rushitanam Sparsha Priyanam cha Varangananam Dahe Prashasta Sajala Sushitaha Padmotpalanam cha Kalapavataha Saridbhadanam Himavadharinam Chandrodayanam Kamalakaranam Manonukula Shishirashcha Sarva Kathaha Saraktam Shamayanti Pittam. He must listen to Mano Anukula Katha where Prasannata is seen. We have seen that Mano Vichara will lead to Prakopa and Prashama of doshas. Kama Shoka Bhayadvayu Krodhat Pittam Trayomalaha. So Kama Shoka Bhaya, if he is having due to the Rakthapitta Vyadhi, then the dosha aggravates, and that leads to further aggravation of Vega. Hence, by listening to Priya Katha here doesn't mean that I am having fascination towards, or I am fascinated towards Romeo Juliet Katha, so I listen to. No, here the Priya Katha means he must be considered by listening to Katha, he is avoiding his concentration towards the Vyadhi. Such is called Priya Katha. Such should be made use in the treatment of रक्तपित्ता तत्र श्लोकौ हेतुं वृद्धिं संज्ञास्थानं लिङ्गं पृथक् प्रदुष्टस्य मार्गौ साध्यामसाध्यं याप्यं कार्यक्रमं च एव पानान्नमिष्टमेव च वर्ज्यं संशोधनं च शमनं च गुरुरुक्तवान्यथवा चिकित्सिते रक्तपित्तस्य इति अग्निवेशकृते तन्त्रे चरकप्रतिसंस्कृते चिकित्सास्थाने रक्तपित्तचिकित्सितं नाम चतुर्थोऽध्यायः। अनेन भावी यत्पुण्यं तदा आप्नोतु गुरुर्मम। धन्यवादः। We shall see in next class with a new chapter. Thank you.